What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of MENES. Today we're talking about Persona 4 again. I did another run after I did that first run from the video from a couple weeks ago. And now, here we are talking about Persona 4 again. Well, today's topic of interest for Persona 4, anyway, is, hey, I got the Switch version, and hey, look, up there, the Grimoire version, which is kind of disappointing because all it is that box, and then, like, a Grimoire book inside. I thought, like, the book meant there was gonna be, like, an art book or something, but it's not. It's just, like, a book case, and you get, like, the steel book and, like a little bit else, and then, like, this Switch case, which is cool. It actually comes with a cool manual. Like, there's a real manual in here. Look at that. Holy shit, you know that little tab there? It's actually for something. Check this out. Oh my god, it's a real manual. Every screenshot in here too, by the way, is like just from Yukiko's castle. Which is funny, because they didn't want to spoil anything, and the only characters are up until Yukiko. Even though the cover clearly shows, like, you know, everyone else. But anyway, you know, I always notice that. Anyway, but, so, yeah, so today's topic of interest, I just wanted to talk about the reason that I went through Persona 4 again, because as soon as I got through it that first time, like that first recent playthrough from like a couple weeks ago, I thought about it and I'm like, oh wait, there's mods, right? You can go on Steam and then you can do the mods, and so maybe the mods can fix some of the problems I had with the game, you know? It's mostly story-related stuff. It's mostly that kind of stuff. So I'm like, alright, I'm typing around, I'm looking for it. And I found 4 different mods that probably necessarily don't all work together, which was kind of the issue with 2 of them, which we'll talk about. But 2 of them worked, like, very well, so I want to talk about those as well. So let's talk about the 2 that actually worked first. So the 4 mods that I did were original Chie voice. Yes, they have a mod to put the PS2 Chie voice that I've always complained about. One of my biggest complaints with Persona 4 is Chie's voice, and they have a mod where you can insert that voice into the new game, which is brilliant, and it works so well, and I love that original Chie voice so much. It makes her character so much more bearable. I loved doing her social link. I loved doing everything with Chie, because her voice didn't suck. So, therefore, ergo, I'm gonna give that mod like a 10 out of 10. Like, the only thing that the mod couldn't fix, which is completely understandable, is, the OG, like the Persona 4, Golden content, because, you know, original Chie wasn't in Persona 4 Golden, so every Golden event, like Valentine's Day, or like the fireworks stuff, or these little interludes in between there is no Chie to voice to add in, so they didn't. So where they couldn't add it, they didn't add it. But other than that, every place that Chie is originally in Persona 4, which is like, I would say like 85% of the game, to maybe 90%, I would say like 90% of the game has the original Chie voice, and it just, oh, it's so much better. And I know everyone's like, she sounds like an audiobook, she sounds so fucking boring, Chie's supposed to be spunky, and it's like, no, she still has that in there, and I will take it. The other Chie's voice is so shrill and like, you know, like, this other one's like, oh my god, my trial of the dragon, you know, maybe it's not as emphasized or whatever, but it's more tolerable when playing this, like, 60-hour game for the millionth time, and I love it. I am definitely giving that, like, a 10. Like, that mod gets a 10. So the second mod that I did that worked really well was the main character, she, her pronouns mod. Basically, it takes the main character and makes you essentially a trans woman, but in a strange way. Like, Not that... Okay, I shouldn't say strange. Like, it's totally valid for you, as a trans woman, to just want to wear, like, totally masculine stuff or whatever. It just seems odd in the circumstances of the game. They had to do that because the main character's model can't really be changed, or it can be changed, but it's like... Nobody's done that yet, for whatever reason. Like, you can put costumes on the main character in, like, dungeons and stuff. So I don't understand why you can't do that while you're running around in the overworld. So, because he changes, outfits for every season. So, you know, like, there should be something there to make that happen. But anyway, so they played it off the best they could without changing the costumes and stuff, which is apparently kind of a hard sell to do. But everywhere in the game, except for like 1 or 2 spots, I noticed at the very end, Nanako calls you Big Bro, like when you're at the train station or whatever. Spoilers, by the way, mild spoilers for Persona 4. And then, well, there will be kind of some spoilers for Persona 4 about Naoto later. And then there was like one time earlier on, and then like when you're trying to pick up chicks in Okina that one time, like you have to pretend to be a boy for some reason. Like whereas like everywhere else in the game is very like trans positive plus like lesbian positive for the most part. Even Yosuke like tries his best to do that, although it kind of. It's so odd. That's my problem with the mod, I guess. It's just that I wish they'd just gone full force with it. And there is a mod that they're making, which is a pipe dream at this point. I don't know if this will ever actually come out. If it ever actually comes out, it will be the greatest Persona 4 mod ever, aside from my OG Chie, of course. You know, no, but seriously, it would be way better than that. Honestly, I will take bad voice Chie for this mod. There's a mod out there that somebody's working on called Rose Golden, where it basically makes a femc character for Persona 4. Now, the implications of doing that is unfathomable. There's so much you would have to do. You basically have to do the mod that I installed, that I did there, that I ran through the game with, which I really enjoyed. But, like, you'd have to take that to a whole nother level. And that's just the beginning. You'd have to, like... I don't know how you would do cutscenes. If you didn't do the cutscenes, like, that's fine. Like, that would be the one thing I would understand. But then, like, you have to switch out the character models and like, everything in battle, too. And, like, I don't know. Like, how about the few moments when the character is actually voiced, you know? Like, what's that? Are they gonna, like, fix that somehow? Like, there's probably gonna be some inconsistencies like there is here, you know? That's one of the biggest... inconsistencies as well, is like your character is his voice or her voice in this scenario, their voice, let's say, doesn't change, obviously, because there's that, and then and then the voice lines that are said to you, so anytime you're referred to as, you know, a he or whatever, or an adult, you know, like, man, like, that's the thing that Kojima, yes, Hideo Kojima is in this game. Dojima says at one point, he's like, you have the face of a man or something, and they change that to, like, you become a very strong adult or something. This is all in the text that you read down below, because they can't, like, just edit out the voice lines. I mean, they could, but I guess it's, like, a lot of work to do that or something. Which, you know, Rose Golden, how you gonna do all that? That's what I'm saying. But, I mean, if they can find a way to edit bits in and out of the voice work, each character says, like, she or her or, you know, all of that kind of stuff, and, like, I think it's possible. You could definitely do it. It's just... But then, okay, and then there's those things. Like, how do you fix the male-specific and female-specific scenes? That's not necessarily fixed in this version either. Like, the camp-out. You know, you're still in the male tent, and Yosuke makes up some excuse about it. It's like, oh, I don't know, some kind of scheduling, or, like, space thing or something. He makes up some kind of excuse. They have to do that throughout points in the game. Like even in the cross-dressing competition, there's an infamous line there where it's like, you know, like somebody I like signed me up or something, and I think that one's still in there. But there's another line this time around where you can say, "This is why I don't dress like this." Supposedly because people would make fun of our main character, which is sad, and I think that's probably why the main character is boy moding so much, you know, and that's it's the game is trying to be trans and femme positive and whatnot, but it's just like you have to work within the constraint, you know, like that the game was originally like set up by, you know, like the sauna or whatever, like the hot springs, like that also you're not gonna be, you know, on the female side of, you know, stuff like that. They can't really change stuff like that. I'm okay with it. They came up with good excuses and like little things to play in there and whatnot. It was fun to play it that way, you know, and I know it's just that's not like a thing that like I was headcanoning or something, like the main character being female or feminine or she, her, or whatever. But it's nice to have that option, you know, and play the game from a fresh set of eyes and have a lot of bonus little voice lines. It's everywhere. It has to be in like every dialogue for like every social link. It's kind of amazing, actually. The attention to detail is great. Like I said, there's like 1 or 2 slip-ups in this game that has like so much optional content. Like, when you go to the hot springs with your friends or whatever, like, you know, they're on their bike or their scooter or whatever, and you just go with the one of them, like, there's lines in there about, like, Naoto says, like, why wouldn't she let you into the girls' side? I don't know, like, or something like that, you know, it's like, it's very interesting. It's like, they had to add all these lines for this. So whoever did that mod, like, really good job, within the constraints that you were, you know, obviously had to work with in this scenario. You basically showed that it can be done, or there's some limitations, but it's in a good place to do. So I highly recommend the she, her main feminine character mod or whatever. My only gripes with it would be why can we not find... There's plenty of feminine outfits in the game. Why can't we add those to the main character? If we could just do that, even, like, maybe even just, like, do that, and then the main character could wear, like, the long hair from the cross-dressing outfit or whatever, and, you know, there would be that. So, I don't know. You know, I don't know the coding behind it, but if that would be possible, then we'd be set. I mean, we wouldn't even need Rose Gold at that point, even though I'm looking forward to that, like, immensely. If that ever really does come out, that will be a great Persona 4 mod, and I cannot wait. But, yeah, so that one is really good. I would probably give that one, like, a 9 out of 10. You know, with, like I said, with, like, a couple flaws that are hard to fix, or just can't be fixed, or whatever, but I really enjoyed playing the game through like that, for sure, with all the extra little dialogue lines and stuff, and they switch around, like, some, in the social, like, they switch around some lines to be, like, more focused on, because, like, certain characters, like, maybe have problems with girls or something, like, let's say, like, Daisuke and the strength link, as far as I can think of. Is that who? Yeah, because it's Ko and Daisuke. Daisuke is the one, he's got trouble with girls. At one point he says, oh, girls are a pain in the ass, and there's, like, a line in there to be like, but what about me? I'm a girl. I feel like that's another thing. Like, you're constantly, like, telling everyone, like, come on now, I'm a girl. Like, yeah, oh, didn't mean to do that. You have to, like, justify it to everyone, and that does feel, like, kind of accurate to the experience, for sure, of being a trans person. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm a little lucky. I haven't necessarily had to do that too terribly much, but, I feel like it kind of represents some of those struggles. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was a really good mod. Few nitpicks here and there, but other than that, we're We're doing pretty solid on that mod. Oh, there's the part where you're like in your swimsuit at the well, at the beach too. They never mentioned it there, probably because of the scene earlier. But on the camp out, and the women are like, "Why is your main character, in my case, why is Emily topless? That's messed up." And there's like an option that says like, "I'm a free soul," and then there's like, nothing to see here, and they're like, "Yeah, but still, like, And then Yosuke's like, "I offered to buy her a swimsuit, but like, she declined," basically, and I'm like, God damn it. It really comes down to, like I said, the character model. Like, you can't change that, so they have this story in there to where you're a trans woman, but you're, like, kind of dressing very masculine. I don't know. But it's interesting. It's a very interesting mod, and I definitely like it. 9 out of 10 kind of thing. So, the other two mods I didn't have a lot of luck with. I don't know if they're just not finished yet, and I think that might be the case. Supposedly. Okay, so let's go this way. So there's the Yosuke romance mod, which I thought, okay, this will probably fix a lot of Yosuke's character troubles, right? And supposedly it's supposed to work with the other mod that I had on there too, the last mod we're going to talk about. But for some reason it wasn't working for me. And then you're supposed to, like, I guess make it more of a priority mod over the others, and I thought I did that, but, like, I don't know, it just didn't pan out. Maybe it's not compatible with my femme protagonist mod, or maybe it's not, compatible with the Chie mod for whatever reason. Stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it was just too many mods, but I saw some dialogue to reflect it, like at the campout, I think. But no, actually, no, but that's the thing. I didn't see that dialogue at the campout. I only saw that dialogue at the campout because somebody had made a video about how it's supposed to work. And during the social link, at the very end, I didn't get the option to romance Yosuke, even though I chose the option that it said to choose on the mod. So I wonder if that one's just, like, not working. I saw a comment on the mod also saying it wasn't working for them, or if it has to work a really specific way. I probably screwed it up somehow. But it doesn't go much farther than, like, the camp out and then, like, Yosuke's social link, and that's, like, it, I can't imagine they had a way to add him into the fireworks event, or, like, Valentine's Day. I think if you, like, don't romance anybody else, you, like, hang out with the guys, so I wonder if there's some kind of extra little dialogue in there, maybe, but I kind of doubt it. It didn't seem like it was a really in-depth mod like these other ones, which was kind of disappointing. Because I feel like with just a few simple changes and maybe some sort of event stuff, you could very well fix Yosuke's character, or his homophobia, I guess it would be. So, and it was a little bit better because obviously I had the protagonist, like, she/her mod on, so it worked out alright, but, like, he still is homophobic in some ways, but I feel like the she/her mod person cut some of that too and, like, switched around the dialogue. Maybe that's why it wasn't working, is because some of Yosuke's dialogue kind of got shuffled around, or there was dialogue being shuffled around, so they couldn't activate the Yosuke romance mod. It's a good idea on paper, and I wish that mod would have worked better and would have been better. Okay, so now we talk about the most controversial mod that I had. So, I did the trans Naoto mod. I tried to make Naoto have the original story arc that Naoto was supposed to have. And for this specific instance, because of this mod, I'm going to be referring to Naoto as a he. So, Naoto. His arc throughout this thing was supposed to be that they would have changed that, much like the protagonist. They would have changed the dialogue in the subtext, or the text, the subtitles, to make Naoto be referred to as a man, and that would be the whole arc there, and it would change dialogue during the social link. And I think there was like a couple of dialogue changes in the social link, but I think that was more based on the protagonist femme mod. And then also, so there was a couple differences that I did notice, and it was supposed to work, because the way you know it's supposed to work is that at the beginning of the game, when the Atlas logo comes up, it's supposed to be different colors. And it was. It had, like, the trans flag on there and a bunch of other, like, rainbow flags and stuff, like, in the Atlas logo. So that's how you're supposed to know that the mod worked. Which leads me to believe that the mod is just not finished. Because even on the site, it says, you know, we still need to add these things to it and stuff. And it's like, okay. Very interestingly, it says we need to add new voice lines, and we need to add new costumes. So either this person is way too ambitious and doesn't know what they're talking about, or that's actually possible, and then we can change all the other mods too and fix them to make them good. I don't know. Or better, you know, like 100%. You know, like, if they could do that, that would be amazing. So the only things the Trans Naoto mod changed that I could tell, and maybe it was because of the other mods that it didn't work out, but the only things it changed was at the shrine, Naoto is now listed under the male classmates rather than the female classmates. And that was on the site. It showed a screenshot of that. I'm like, okay. So that gave me some hope. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, this might be working still, and maybe I just missed something. But when, you know, obviously before that, I got to the scene where it's Naoto's social link, spoilers. Or, I mean, Naoto's, like, persona, shadow thing coming out. Also, interesting thing about Naoto. Have you ever noticed that all the other characters, it was like their shadows doing the Midnight Channel, and then, like, Naoto's, it was just Naoto doing the Midnight Channel. Like, isn't that weird? Or whatever? I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but anyway. So I got to that part, and that's where I was expecting things to change, right? Because immediately Yukiko is like, oh, you don't like being a boy or something like that? Like, I figured at that point they were going to change the subtext so that Naoto would say something to change things, you know, so that Naoto would be a man from that point on. Because the original line is, you know, oh, I want to be a woman, or something to that effect, you know, and then the social link is kind of about that, too, like, later on. And so none of that got changed, as far as I could tell, and that's all the stuff that I was looking to kind of have changed, you know, so it would be more in line with what the original vision was before they got cold feet and, you know, chickened out on it or whatever, just like Yosuke. But all that I noticed was those couple of lines and the shrine thing, and that's it, you know? So in that sense, it was pretty disappointing. I was just expecting more, you know? It's like, I wanted more from that one, because that one means more than most of the other ones to me, other than the OGGA. Like, I'm serious, like, that's the best one, but Naoto's my favorite character, and I wanted Naoto to have the arc that he was supposed to originally have, you know? I wanted to see that, but disappointingly, the mod is probably just not finished yet. So, much like the Yosuke one, which is apparently finished, but there could be a lot more work done on that one. So, the last two I'm not going to really give a number because they're incomplete, but they were more disappointing because I was really expecting big things from those two, and maybe it was my fault for using all these mods at once, but I'm definitely glad I got to experience OGGA. That's one mod I'm, like, never turning off if I can help it. And then the she-her protagonist mod. Hopefully by the time I play the game again, the Rose Golden will be out, but I'm not expecting that for years. I'm going to look at that. And if I find out anything or, like, see any updates, I'm going to definitely, like, I'll report on that for sure, because I'm super anticipating that freaking mod. I just want to play that so badly. Because the evidence is it can be done, for the most part, you know? I think it would fix a lot of the things about the she-her mod. because my main complaint with that mod was that you were boy moding the whole time, and that's how your character liked that, or was just too afraid to go the girl mode route, you know, and just really embrace herself, you know, and dress more femininely and whatnot. And it seemed like that was kind of the reluctance there, based on the cross-dressing scene. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. All of this it adds such a different context to the character's, like, arc and the story, when you're playing as this, like, trans femme character. It's a very interesting mod. I really liked that one. And then, of course, the OG Chie. It's kind of hard to screw that one up, but they did a great job with that one. I don't even know how hard that was to just, like, take the lines out and put the other lines in, but holy shit, was that great. I loved that. The other two, kind of disappointing, you know, but overall, like, I think mods are really a great way to fix some small problems about Persona 4. I would like a mod, and I'm sure it maybe exists, you know, when you go to the shrine, that it'll tell you, like, next to the name of the person if you're ready to rank up with that person or not, you know, already, so that you don't spend that day at the shrine, or you don't have to keep track of it yourself, like, hey, am I going to rank up with this person? It will just tell you, or maybe put it in the social link thing, like, hey, you're going to rank up with this person next time you go and hang out with them, just like some little indicator of that, maybe a little symbol or something, I don't know. That would certainly be a really helpful mod. Other than that, like, I don't know what other mods I would add. Like, the FemC mod is the main one I want to see. I think that would be really, really interesting. Yeah, that's it, basically. I just wanted to talk about these mods and kind of talk about, you know, the first two fixing two of my biggest problems with Persona 4. I mean, I guess the second one not really fixing a problem, quote-unquote, with Persona 4, but just doing something I've always wanted to see Persona 4 do, have, like, a female protagonist character. The first one fixing a huge problem, though. I hope those other two mods maybe get fixed someday, or somebody else does those mods again to be, like, a better version of those mods, and then that could make some really good stuff happen too. I would really be happy with those if they get fixed or updated down the line. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with Persona 4 again. This time I did 22 out of, or 21, I think, out of the 23 social links. I was only missed 2. I missed Shu, the tower, and I missed Naoki, the Hanged Man. I started his link, but it takes, like, forever to start, so I didn't get finished with it. But I got everyone else done. It took down to the last day to get I done, the Moon Link, and I did Ayane this time, the band girl. I enjoy that link. I mean, I like Yubi a lot. I'm a little biased. I really do like Yubi. She's one of my more favorite, like, side characters. But it was fun to kind of just blast through, too, since I had just played the game for the story. I just kind of skipped a lot of the dialogue scenes and just kind of went through for the gameplay and stuff. And unfortunately, I didn't get all the New Game Plus stuff because I played it on the PC this time for the mods, which is probably how I'm going to play it in the future for the most part. But regardless of how I play it in the future, I'm set up to have most of the content done. So on the PC now, I only have to do 2 social links, and I have 4 personas to fuse. The ultimate for the tower, which is Shiva, and the ultimate for the, that's not it. Oh, I don't know, it's around here somewhere. The ultimate for the tower, oh, here it is. Shiva, and then Addis, which is the ultimate for the Hanged Man, and then Ardha, which is a persona that you can only make if you have Shiva. So, and then Izanagi no Okami. But other than that, I've got all of them made. So I really only technically have 3 more Personas to make for 100%. I'm at 98% compendium completion. Next time I play, I'm probably going to do like a full social link run. I'm probably going to put a break in between now and my next playthrough, hopefully, because I need to stop playing this game and I need to play other games, such as Saturn games. Like, I want to play through Magic Knight Rayearth and Panzer Dragoon Saga, and I want to do Princess Peach Showtime, which I have sitting right there, and a couple other games like that I want to play, so I've got other games to play, so I'm going to do those instead of replaying Persona 4 for a third time, even though I'm so tempted to just sit down and run through and do a 100% run right this second, which I could do, and it wouldn't even take that long. It would only take a few weekends, but I don't want to do it because I'm gonna burn out on this game. I know I will. I probably won't though. That's the stressful part, is that I probably wouldn't even burn out on it. Maybe I can play that alongside another game or something. I don't know. It feels like something I'd have to really focus on though to like get the 100%. So I'm looking to do some other games right now, you know, maybe then we'll come back to it, but I'm excited. I love Persona 4. Persona 4 is my favorite RPG of all time. It's my favorite game that's not originally a nostalgic game or based on a franchise that I loved or whatever. You know, Toba, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 4. This is the only games that stand above it. I love it so much. I really, like, it's so good that I want to call it my favorite game of all time. It's just those 3 games are better, you know, just, and I have so much of an attachment to those 3 games. But objectively, it's probably the best game that I've played, so I don't know. Anyway, Persona 4, pretty good mods, you know. Some of them didn't work properly, but maybe that was my fault, so until next time, stick around, subscribe to join the Bad Girl Coven, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Emily, out.